the Detroit Pistons have signed Jontay Porter to an Exhibit 10 deal. For people out there who think he's going to be on the roster and that Troy Weaver found a hidden gem, I love your way of thinking. Don't ever change, but there is no chance. I went back and I was watching the TBT with Jontay Porter. He's a high IQ player, man. Like that dude, it kind of sucks that he's not in the NBA, but he has more of like a classic. Like you can tell, like he uses size. He's a lefty. He has a good variety of post moves. He can play in the high post as well from the free throw line. Even has a very consistent shot out to the 3-point line, but he's kind of stiff as an athlete, not like his brother Michael Porter Jr. at all. But Jontay, I think there's a role for him on an NBA team. I just don't think that role really consists of him getting consistent minutes and being a player. But if you were to, like, he seems like he'd be a very good overseas player, but we're talking like maybe an MVP of a league. Like he is that skilled. It's just injuries and lack of athleticism and really mobility, I think. So he knows how to get to his spots, but he did not look like he was 23 years old when he was out on the floor. I thought I was watching someone closer to their 30s, but it's just an Exhibit 10 deal. I'm not going to say he's going to be a player on this team because I don't think so. It's just, let's just see what this guy is and let's get him paid a little bit.
For sure. As you know, I do a lot of G League work. So I was pretty familiar with him because the Pistons did play the Milwaukee Bucks affiliate this week. I do have some notes on him. So he is the younger brother of Michael Porter Jr. He's 23. Okay. So this year with the Wisconsin Herd, he put up 11 points, 11 rebounds, and almost 3 blocks a game, which that's pretty good at the forward position. The one thing with him, when you watch, he loves shooting threes. He shot 28% from 3 on 7 attempts per game. Now, I would be interested to see if maybe he only shot maybe 3, maybe 4 attempts a game. Does it go up to maybe 30, 35%? There could be something there with him. He did play with the Grizzlies, though, in 2021. He played 11 games, but he put up 2 points a game. So, stint in the NBA, he didn't really do a whole lot. But what you guys need to know about him is he's a guy that can stretch the floor, can pass the ball, and he can rim protect. Now, this was a G League trade with the Wisconsin Herd and the Motor City Cruise, and then he immediately got a training camp deal. Now, I'm not going to say he can't make the team because I think there's promise there and he's healthy. But I think most likely he's going to be a big-time contributor for the Motor City Crew since they just completely depleted their team this week. They made so many trades. They made room for Xavier Simpson so he can be that lead guard. They traded one of their best point guards and Kiefer Sykes to another team. So Xavier Simpson's going to get, big time minutes with the Crews. Jontay Porter is probably going to be next to, I can't think of his name right now, the center. It's going to bug me, but I think it's just going to be a big time contributor with the Crews this year. Maybe he gets that third two-way spot. I'm not sure, but there's definitely promise there with him. It's just he has to stay healthy. He's kind of like his brother. It's back injuries, but he plays nothing like his brother, by the way. He's a way better passer, and he can actually play a little bit of defense. He can play a little bit of defense. So, I mean, he's an intriguing player, but like I know how Pistons fans are. This reminds me of the Jordan Bone talk. Can Jordan Bone be the next Chris Paul? It's just like I'm not going there, but I think he's a body for training camp at the very least. But maybe he does, surprise the Pistons, and maybe he puts on a good training camp and he looks good in the preseason. Maybe you have a guy that could possibly be a backup power forward. You never know.
Yeah, see, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but it is kind of interesting though that it's another big man that happens to be left-handed. We have completed the Spider-Man meme. We have 3 6'11" or taller guys that are all 4 and 5s that are left-handed. Like, it's pretty cool to have that on one team, even though he's an Exhibit 10 deal. But yeah, I forgot to mention the shot blocking. Like, and I only watched highlights from TBT, and his shot blocking was actually pretty phenomenal. I will give him that. And the passing is there. You are right. He is a high IQ player. It's a tall hill for him to climb, man. I don't want to get people's hopes up.
Yeah, it's just I think he's a promising player, but I think most likely he's going to spend a lot of time in the G League, as a key contributor for the Motor City Cruise. But like, you never know, man. Like you could kind of have a Cinderella story where he just dominates in the preseason and he looks great. Like I would love that for him. Because I know you're like, oh, I want Michael Porter Jr. I want to trade for him. Like, well, how's his younger brother sound?
Hey, I'll take it, dude. I'll take any Porter. I mean, as long as they can play.